Well, this is the first ride really on the SD since I got back from New Hampshire, Maine, and Vermont, and Connecticut, and New York. And the difference in driving styles is amazing. People here are just so much more aggressive. So much more aggressive. I do like that people in New Hampshire and Maine drive carefully. But I felt like the odd duck there, driving over the speed limit. But you have to admire that. They're very like casual. It's almost like European timing. They're not in a hurry at all. Here, in this area, everybody's in a hurry. Everybody. So in this video, I want to talk to you about the difference of just roads in New England and the roads in the West Virginia, Tennessee area. I'm just gonna like talk about like the southeast portion of like the riding and compare it to Maine and New Hampshire for motorcycle riders. I just want to do a comparison, compare like Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee roads to New England, and that is Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Connecticut, Massachusetts. That's not so much Connecticut and Massachusetts, but still it applies. And even like northern parts of New York. So I've ridden quite a bit on the East Coast, and my favorite East Coast destination is, of course, the Tail of the Dragon area. I love it there. It's just amazing for riders. And yeah, you guessed it. The roads in North Carolina, Tennessee are still the best in the entire East Coast. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, in Maine and New Hampshire, there's some beautiful roads in New Hampshire. They have a lot of scenery, a lot of lakes, rivers that are just pristine. Also, another thing that's bad for riding in New England is that I don't think drivers are used to motorcycles, so they will linger on the road and they will do the speed limit or 5 below everywhere. It's absolutely frustrating when you have a Honda ST1300 or a sport bike. So you're constantly behind the car, going the speed limit, waiting for a broken yellow lane to pass, and it's that over and over. Unfortunately, they just keep coming. In the southeast, not so much here, but when you start going to Tennessee, North Carolina, Georgia, you'll get drivers pulling off to the side to let you by. They're more like, you're not hurting me, I'm just gonna let you go. You take it up with the cops if you get caught speeding. That's their mentality, and I love it. It's like, on a motorcycle, you just have so much more power and speed. But unfortunately, I don't think the people in New England are used to going over the speed limit, and they won't budge for you. They're not going to pull over to the shoulder. Another thing that you won't see in New England is the wavering. Now, when I mean wavering, is drivers that are coming the opposite way and going the other way. They will go over the double yellow a little bit, and I'm seeing that more and more, and that has to do with just looking in their phones. I paid attention to cars in New England, and they just did not go over the double yellow for any reason. It was really rare to see a car actually step on that yellow lane, any lane. But here, it's every single minute you'll see a car stepping over that double yellow, and you wonder as a motorcyclist, is like, is this guy not paying attention? Is he coming into my lane? And that's a real thing around here. As to beauty, I think New England is much more lush than the southeast. The southeast is like rockier, and the the roads, everything's a little bit like jagged, and you don't have as many waterways. It's pretty common to see a beautiful road in New England surrounded by a lake, like you're just riding around the lake, and it's mostly in isolation. There's not that many people just there. There's people fishing everywhere in New England, but when you are there, you feel isolated. In the southeast, you're gonna get people everywhere. You know, it's hard to take a break and just pee. Like in New England, you can just pee anywhere. That should be their motto. New England, you can pee anywhere. Here, can you imagine? Like, you take a road nearby here, you're just going to be surrounded by people. And I love that. I love those like short moments of isolation in motorcycle riding. Yeah, the quality of the surface of the asphalt in the southeast is better. Maryland, it's got these weird tar snakes, so if you're riding in the countryside and it's really hot, the way they fix like roads that have cracks, they put tar, and sometimes like your tires will squirm. But that's very limited by, I think, mostly Frederick County. But the asphalt in general, southeast, just so much better. I used to complain about the asphalt cracking up every year, but after riding New England, I realized that, yeah, it's pretty darn good here. In the DC area, they have what seems to be an unlimited budget for paving, so every year they pave roads. But New England, I think if you get away from the coast where the rich people live, it might be a whole lot poorer. You know, that's the thing too. I didn't find like New England to be poor. I was expecting it to be like super cheap, because I looked at real estate in New Hampshire. You can buy like a house for $150,000. I did not see many poor people. I did not see like the poverty that I'm used to seeing in the southeast. In the southeast is like trailer park after trailer park. But yeah, like New England, I don't remember seeing that crazy poverty. I've seen trailers, just not the you know, the rundown trailer parks that you often see in the South. Nissan Altima in front of me, that's one of my things that I watch out for. Any Nissan Altima driver, I am very suspicious. New England, I've seen Nissan Altimas, and I don't see them as being dangerous. I didn't see them like breaking the law. Like this car, look, Nissan Altima on the left here. It's another Maxima. They look exactly like Altimas. Another thing that's interesting is that North Carolina, Tennessee, they have a culture of driving. So they enjoy cars. And I think that's why they let motorcycles run a whole lot more rampant. They love motorsports. But in New England, I don't think that's part of the culture. A lot of the culture of New England seems to be outdoorsy, hippies, I want to go hiking types. You know, when it comes to motorcycling, I think what a lot of people want is twisty roads, country roads that are fun without a lot of traffic. And I think the problem, like Northeast, Maine, they all have so much traffic. And I don't think it's the amount of traffic, it's the amount of traffic that goes slow. That's annoying. And it makes me think that perhaps it's better for people who like to drive slow, like cruiser guys, like tend to enjoy that. Or maybe scooter riders. I think I'd enjoy riding a scooter. And I'd love to try out dual sporting up there. They have quite a bit of gravel. Man, that is ballsy to ride a bicycle on 210. Here's the DC thing. People driving on the shoulder in order to just pass everybody. Like this Mustang here, goes right through the shoulder.